I'm here to show you what the best practices are to change your life and to become more successful in everything you do.
This is episode 33, Taking Dominion Over Your Finances.
How you doing? Rev Fred here. Okay, so we just finished a series of 4 about taking dominion over different areas. This is sort of number 5. So it's taking dominion over your finances, your money. To be totally transparent with you, never been very good at that. Not a really good steward of my money. Have not been a very good steward of my money. Let's be clear with my words. Take dominion. Don't say negative things, positive things. So I have not in the past been very, very good steward of my money. I live paycheck to paycheck almost my whole life and never really had a savings. There was a couple times in my life where I was able to get a savings and have money there, but then something would come up and then that would be drained pretty fast, and then I'd be back to paycheck again. It was never a long-term solution. So I've been wanting to take dominion over this area. I've been wanting to be more godly with my money. And so I've been praying about it and asking the Lord, what should I do? The first thing that came to me in my spirit is I haven't tithed at a church for a long time. I would do offerings from time to time, but I'd never do a tithe. So all of a sudden, the first thing that came in my spirit when I asked the Lord to show me what I need to do, the first thing he said is tithe. I'm like, okay, so, and if you don't know what that means, it means taking 10% of your income and giving it to the church so they can maintain the church and be able to pay salaries and all that kind of stuff. But what you're really doing is you're giving it to God. A tithe is something you usually give to your local body, your local church that you go to, where you're getting fed on a regular basis, where it's family for you. It's like if you're in a family, you want to support the family members. You want to support the building that you live in. You don't want to just be there. So it's the same kind of situation. You take 10% of whatever you get and you tithe to the church. And that's what they use to run the church, to do outreaches, to get new hardware, whatever, digital stuff, computers, whatever they need in order to get an outreach, to be able to reach more people. That's what they're buying. Also to pay salaries, also to pay for the heat, the hydro, all that kind of stuff. All has to be paid for. Somebody has to pay it. The pastors are usually full-time doing that kind of thing, taking care of everything. So our job in the family is to give 10% of our income to that body to be able to support it. But you're not giving, you are giving it to your body, but to be clear, you're giving it to God. And there's a blessing in that. There's a blessing in that. There's like, the Bible says, you offer your tithes to the Lord, you give it to the Lord, and he will protect your 90% that you have left, and allow it to go further, and even sometimes multiply and add to. You get more than just a 10% return on your investment. You get a multitude return on your investment. I'm not going to get into it right now because it's too long to get into, but take it from me, as soon as I started to, my salary has gone up dramatically in some situations. So anyway, so that's part of what I've been doing. And I still do offerings from time to time. I will, if I see a specific need in the body, like I will do an offering by buying that product or getting that thing or bringing that in and, providing that. It's not something that I do regularly, like every week, but there's things that I get because, hey, it's just what you do. But the other thing that God has kind of told me to do is like something that I never really did before. Alms to the poor. And so you drive, you see these people on the side of the road, they're always asking for money. I never really gave them money because every once in a while I would give them some money, but I didn't really give them money because I always thought, what are they going to spend it on, And then when God was saying, I want you to just give alms to the poor, I'm like, well, I don't know. Okay, these people that, or should I go to an actual charity? He says, those people on the side of the road, I want you to give them a blessing. Every time you see them, give them a blessing. Tell them, God bless you. I'm like, okay, so, and then he was very specific. He's like, I want you to get $100 in $5 bills, put it in an envelope, keep it with you when you're driving. So you pull up, you see somebody, they're asking for money, you give them $5. God bless you. When the envelope runs out, refill it. God bless you. Alms to the poor. Now, I asked God to change my mind about how I think about money. I didn't ask a financial specialist. I didn't ask a investor. I didn't ask these people. I asked God what I should do with my money. This is what God's telling me. He says, you want to increase? Give. I'm like, okay, it seems counterintuitive to think that if you want to increase, you have to give. But it's exactly, you start listening to a lot of people who are professionals who have a lot of money, and they have built within their system a means to give to poor people or to give to associations or give to churches. You get a tax return, a tax credit for that money. And then you can use that at the end of the year for write your taxes off so you can actually pay less taxes. So some really wealthy people give lots of money in order to get that tax receipt so they don't pay as many taxes at the end of the year. So they can invest more money. And it's a win-win because you're blessing the church, you're getting a tax receipt, so then you can use that money to write off your tax at the end of the year, but you're also getting a special blessing because God says, he who blesses my people, I will bless. So then obviously your business is going to be blessed because you're doing that kind of thing, and your life will be blessed because you're doing that kind of thing. So it's a win-win for everybody. So it's a great thing to do. Seriously, if you're interested in even doing that as a business person, my church that I go to, MEO Church, they would love to be able to receive that and give you that tax receipt so you can pay less taxes at the end of the year. But, it's just a really wonderful thing that God's showing me how I need to change that stuff, because I'm trying to change everything. Because things weren't working. Now they're starting to work. So, and I also believe that you need to diversify what income you have come in. Yes, I have a job. Yes, it's paying me more and more money, and I'm doing better at it, and I'm doing really good at the job, and I'm really enjoying the job. It's the same job that I had before, just my position is different, and it's like a totally different world for me. It's completely wonderful. I love my job now. I really do. So it's really interesting that how I could stay in the same organization, but be transferred to a different department and get a promotion, get a raise, and now I'm getting bonuses now. Things are just flowing really, really nicely. But I'm also looking at other things. So I'm investing in building a print-on-demand t-shirt company. I have a concept in my mind that I will share at some point, but I'm not sharing today. And the concept, I want to use that to try to create more income coming in and have it so it's passive. So I'm going to create all the t-shirts that I want and some digital products and all that kind of stuff. And then I'm going to put it out there, do some marketing towards it, and create another stream of income coming into my life that is independent from my job. Sorry. A little dry in the room. I've been drying out in the morning when I wake up, so I'm still a little dry. All good though. So anyways, taking dominion, it's like not just, you got to figure out, and I have a friend who's an investor, and so I plan on using some of my money that I'm getting my increases to invest. And so I can have an investment portfolio. I'm also going to have a savings account where I'm going to have money in my savings account. But I'm also going to make sure that I don't spend like crazy. I'm going to control that, and I'm going to give. I'm going to give as much as I can. Because this is what God's telling me to do. Not because somebody who's a financial specialist says this is what you should do. I'm doing it because this is what God's telling me to do with my money, for me. The best thing for you to do would be able to sit down, close your eyes, pray, and listen and see what God's telling you to do with your money. And take dominion over that part of your life. Because I think a lot of us, just with our emotions and all kinds of stuff, we don't even control those things. We just go. It's like, I want to buy this thing because I feel like it, so I buy it. I want to buy this thing, and I feel like it, so I buy it. You know, and you buy junk food and you shook it in there, and then you get bigger and bigger, and you're like, oh, what's going on? You're using your emotions to eat. You're using your emotions to buy things. You're using your emotions to say something to somebody that might hurt them, or even talk to yourself in a way that's negative because you're going emotionally instead of taking dominion over your life. So taking dominion can normalize a lot of things in your life that you never had before. So for me, I'm just starting out in this process of trying to figure out how to take dominion over finances, so my money. I believe that God wants me to be wealthy, and I believe that I'm already wealthy. I have multitudes of financial stuff in a heavenly realm that I just need to figure out how to pull down into this one. Bring heaven to earth is what God calls us to do. And I know there's multitude of things out there. There's multitudes of limbs out there that I know that we get to that place where we know and we understand. And you all things are possible for those who believe. You believe, you can lay hands on people and you can pray, and limbs will grow back, and people will be raised from the dead, and demons will be cast out. I believe that's also something I need to take dominion over, how I believe, how I understand. So I'm taking dominion over that. Okay, wonderful. I love you. Have a wonderful day. See you soon. All right. Bye-bye.